Hey there YouTube, it's Mitchell here, and I'm excited today because I'm going to do my first EDC video. And I'm excited because I really enjoy these videos on YouTube. I enjoy watching people post the stuff that they carry and tell a little bit about why they carry it. I find it very interesting. So I figured it was about time to show off what I carry and kind of talk a little bit about my theory when it comes to EDC. And I've been getting, a lot of comments on Instagram and things like that about what I carry, so I figured, what the heck, I'll make this video. So let's just get started. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to start from the order of the most important thing that I carry and work my way down to what I feel like is maybe the least important thing. Everything on the table is useful, everything on the table I use, but there is obviously a priority list. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I want to talk about something that a lot of you guys really probably won't necessarily relate to, but it's easily the most important thing that I carry, and that is an insulin pump. This is the Medtronic 530G. This is like the Mac Daddy of insulin pumps. I'm type 1 diabetic and have been for about 15 years now, and I have to wear one of these guys because my body doesn't produce insulin, so I have to take it with this thing. It's got insulin in it. It pumps it into my body via an injection site, and it's pretty awesome because it keeps me from dying. So that's pretty kick-ass. This thing is actually extra cool because it's got a wireless transmitter that updates every 5 minutes, and it tells me what my blood sugar is. So if I push this ESC button, you'll actually be able to see what my blood sugar is right now. 92. And if you notice those two arrows, which is good, those two arrows mean that it's coming up. I had a low blood sugar earlier, so that's really solid. It means it's coming up fairly quick. And if you notice this little graph here, that's my blood sugar today. I know most of you guys aren't diabetic, thank God, but it's still really cool. So, anyway, what it's being carried in is a really awesome piece of equipment. This is a High Country Holsters tactical insulin pump holster, and it's like a Kydex firearm holster except for your insulin pump. It clips onto your belt, and it looks cool. It's in coyote tan. It's made of Kydex again, and it's so badass. Understated, like, and most of you guys, again, aren't going to relate to how cool this is, but when you carry something every single day, I eat with this thing, I sleep with this thing goes everywhere I go non-stop. I do not get a break from carrying this, and so when you find something that helps you do that better, it's really awesome. And High Country Holsters is doing a beautiful thing by making this product. They're charging $35 for these, and if you are diabetic and you've got a Medtronic or an Animas or really any kind of insulin pump, you know how crappy the belt clips are that come with these. They kind of clip into the top on a Medtronic and they run around the back, and they're like made of dollar store Chinese plastic, and as soon as you touch something they break, and they charge $30. So for $5 more you can have something that's handmade out of very durable Kydex. It's not going to break and looks really cool. So shout out to High Country Holsters for making a badass product. It's just really exciting that somebody's taking the time to do that, and I'm very happy with mine. So moving on, I want to talk about my cell phones because I use these all the time. This is my personal phone. This is an iPhone 5. It's nothing exciting. I've had this phone for about 3.5 to 4 years now, and it's in a Magpul bump case is what they call this, and I just thought it looked really cool, and it's been a great case. It's been a great phone. You can see it looks pretty much brand new, and I don't feel like it's outdated even though it's an iPhone 5. It's not even the 5S. It works, it does what I want it to do. The other phone that I carry, and I do carry these simultaneously, which I know is crazy, and it is annoying, I'll admit, is a Samsung Galaxy S5. This is my work phone. I am in construction sales and outside account manager for a construction equipment company, and this phone is ultra important because this is how I get paid. This is what my customers call me on, and how I do business and answer emails and things like that. So this is ultra important. But at the end of the workday, I definitely take that one off, and I only carry the iPhone. So, and I'm pretty excited because we're going to get new phones at work, and I think I'm going to get an S7, which is super cool. Even though I don't like Android nearly as much as I do iOS. But that's just my preference. So anyway, those are my phones. I do carry them both, and we're gonna talk about what's next here. Let's do my Leatherman. So I have carried a Leatherman for about a year and a half now, and this is just a Wave. Incredibly valuable tool to have on you at all times. You know, there's nothing special about it. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail over it, but what I am going to talk about is this holster that I have for it, and that is my Leatherman holder is actually what this is called. I got it from a company called LeathermanHolder.com, and it's aluminum. It's got a steel belt clip on the back, and it's really, really great because once you slide your multi-tool in it like that, hanging on your belt, you can with one hand remove your tool, get to it, slide it back in. It's not going to come off your belt. It's got a nice steel clip. The duct tape, if you're wondering what that's for, if I pull the tool out and take a look at these rivets here, they actually protrude a little bit on the back side, and it kind of tears up my belt. So I put that piece of mustache duct tape there to prevent that from happening. Nobody sees it, and I think after talking with the guy that makes these that he's addressed that problem in his next version of this product. So. So that's my multi-tool. It's the Leatherman Wave in kind of a cool holster. So moving on is I want to talk about my folding knife, and this is a fairly recent acquisition for me. This is the Zero Tolerance 0450. It's a flipper, and oh man, do I love this thing. It's very classy, very sleek, very beautiful in my opinion. It's got a great blade shape for everyday carry. It's not too big. It's about 3.1 or 3.2 inch blade. Weighs in under 3 ounces. S35 VN steel. Let's get a... There we go. See the serial number and everything on there. Just an awesome knife. I got those red standoffs on the back there that just kind of add a little pop of color. Just a beautiful blade, and holy crap is it smooth. I mean, it is just like, you can't hit that flipper tab. I tried, and you can't. It's just going to lock out. Just an awesome knife. Really, really, really like this knife quite a bit. I would like to see ZT put a different clip on the back. I prefer a deeper carry, but it's not something that is going to, you know, worry me or keep me from carrying the knife. So, up next I want to talk a little bit about my watch. I am in love with this watch. I absolutely am. I just purchased this about 2 months ago, and it's a Lumtech M53 in bronze. And it is just beautiful. I have always wanted a nice automatic watch. You can see the movement back there. And this thing is just phenomenal. This is just my kind of watch. It's, for me, a high-end watch, and it's just my style because it's not overstated. It's not flashy. It's very classy, and I love, love, love the bronze case. Look at that patina. You can really kind of see it. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus. There you go. You know, oversized crown. Tons of lume on this dial, just tons of it. Even got a little speck of green on the side there as it just kind of ages and looks really, really cool. And it's also incredibly accurate. It's got an aftermarket band on it from Kane Heritage. Just a phenomenal watch. I don't like digital watches. I have nothing against them necessarily, but a watch for me is almost, it's really kind of a fashion statement. Although I do look at my watch quite a bit. I've got a watch on my Insulin Pump. I've got a watch on my phones. So it's not necessary, but if I'm going to wear one, I want it to look classy. And the Lumtech M53 is just the right watch for me. I really, really have enjoyed it. So next I want to talk about a pen, because a pen is something that I absolutely have to have in my line of work. Being in outside sales, I'm constantly taking notes. And as you can see, this one's pretty tiny. And this is from Cantabruner Designs. It's a 300 mini blackout. It is a twisty pen, so you twist it and the ink will pop out. It writes very smoothly, and you can see that this thing is tiny. It's got a great deep carry pocket clip on it. A lot of times I clip it either in the breast pocket on a button-down shirt or in the collar, or in the buttons on the collar of a polo shirt. And it's so small that it just doesn't weigh it down. It doesn't make it look, you know, sloppy or anything like that. You can also actually put this in the watch pocket of your jeans without any problem. Writes very well. You know, if I was having to write a whole lot or long messages or notes, I probably wouldn't carry that pin just because it is small and it's not exactly super ergonomic. But for what I do, it's absolutely perfect, and I love it. So moving on, I want to talk about my flashlight, and this is the ThruNite TI3, and I have really enjoyed carrying this flashlight. You know, I watched a lot of flashlight reviews and videos before I actually bought one because I had never carried one before. I've been carrying this for about 3 months now, and you know, it's just a pleasure, and it's a pleasure because it doesn't make a big scene in my pocket. You know, it's very tiny. It's actually even smaller than my pen, which is also really tiny. Very lightweight. It runs on AAA batteries, and it has 160 lumen at max output, which is a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot if you're comparing it to like an Olight S1 baton, but let's face it, I don't need 500 lumens, and most likely you probably don't either. That's just kind of one of those things that I've noticed in the gear community that I don't like. There's sort of a lack of practicality. Now, granted, if you're happy with what you're carrying, totally cool, but that light's a lot smaller than the S1 baton. It's a lot thinner, and I enjoy carrying it because I don't need it that often. I really don't. Now, if I needed a flashlight every single day, I would probably have an S1 baton or something bigger. But, you know, I find myself using my ThruNite to find something that I've dropped in my truck, you know, in between the seats, or, you know, just quick little 5-10 second bursts that I'm looking for something, and then I put it away. And with that being so small and just really kind of completely negligible in your pocket or on your person, I find that to be the perfect light for me. I have no intentions of swapping that out with anything in the near future anyway, unless I break it maybe, but I don't see that happening either. So talk about my keys real quick. Nothing really too exciting going on here. Basically what we have is a key bar, which I finally bought, and I've had this for about 4 or 5 months now, so I guess it's been a while. But you know, I looked at these for the better part of a year and just thought to myself, there's no freaking way that thing is worth 50 bucks. And I was wrong, because it's worth every bit of 50 bucks or whatever I paid, 55 or whatever. I got this one in aluminum. It's anodized bronze with the green pocket clip, which I think looks pretty killer. And this thing is just phenomenal. The way I wear it is I clip my keys to the back, my back right pocket where my wallet is. And you can see it's loaded up. I've got my, you know, house keys and gym. This is a gym tag, and that's a mailbox key. It's all bent up. You know, bunch of keys, bunch of crap. But the key bar is so awesome. So awesome. If you're on the fence, if you have a decent amount of keys, I really recommend just kind of taking a leap and buying one. This is my personal truck key. This is my work truck key. My Big Tex Gym swipey deal. Got to represent for Big Tex Gym. If you're ever in Austin, Texas, and you want to get a good hardcore workout, hit the guys up over there at Big Tex, because they're family to me and they're awesome. So, moving on, I'll talk about my wallet real quick. I'm not going to open it up or anything because there's nothing exciting in there. This is a Roland Sands designed biker wallet. It's just leather. I've had it for about 4 years, and you can see it's definitely seen better days. So it'll probably be replaced at the end of the year or sometime this year. Inside it, I just keep some credit cards, or a credit card, a debit card, my concealed handgun license, my driver's license, medical cards, and receipts from my business expenses. So there's no need to open that up. It's not exciting. So the last thing I want to talk about is sort of kind of weird, but I think that this is probably the most useless thing that I carry. It's my firearm. You know, I have carried a firearm I've been a licensed holder of a CHL for 5 years, and I've never once used this, thank God. So, you know, here I have something that's easily the most bulky, biggest pain in the ass thing to carry, and I have literally never used it, and I am oh so thankful for that fact. So let's talk about my gun, and we'll talk about the holster and all that. This is a Sig Sauer P238. It's loaded. I know it's loaded. There is one in the chamber. The hammer is back. The safety is on. I'm not going to unload it. I pulled this out of my waistband to show you guys for this video. And when it's done, guess where it's going? Back in my waistband. And if I unload it, that's just one extra thing I have to do. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to touch the trigger. You know, all you safety Sallies out there, I get it. But this one's going back in my waistband. So real quick, I got this gun for Christmas from my dad. Shout out to Pops. This was an awesome over-the-top Christmas present. But I've carried it every day since December, and I love it. It's very compact. It's not lightweight. It weighs about 20 ounces when it's loaded. This is the steel frame. It's a Spartan edition, which is why it has that cool kind of bronze purple look to it, and it's got, you know, in gold here, the Moan Labe, the Come and Take Them, and the Spartan helmet on the grip there. It looks really cool. You got night sights, the Sig Light night sights, which are awesome. And, you know, yeah, it's got some, I need to probably wipe this down. It's got some pocket lint and, you know, dust or whatever on it. But it does get cleaned every week, so it's about that time. The trigger on this gun is exceptional, and that is what I was really looking for in a 380, as well as ergonomics. You know, I have a large hand, and with the magazine extension, I get a full grip on that, and it's just an absolute pleasure. Fingers not on the trigger, by the way. Absolute pleasure to shoot this gun. Very, very nice trigger, and it's nothing like an LCP or Kel-Tec or anything like that. It's above and beyond. And having the steel frame and the extra weight for me is actually nice. My sister carries the same weapon but with an aluminum frame, and it just kicks a little harder, and I find this to be much more pleasurable to shoot. Inside of it, I'm not pulling that round out of the chamber. I've got some Federal hollow points. I don't exactly know which ones they are, but I don't really care, I guess. And that is my firearm. And so what I'm going to do now is set that aside carefully and talk about the holster that I have it in today. That's a Nate Squared tactical holster. It's the professional version with this polymer retention system and the single clip and the suede back and everything. It's very nice. When you're carrying the gun, I'm going to pop it in there for you guys. When you're carrying the gun, nothing touches you. No part of the gun touches your skin, which is very nice. It's pretty comfortable. You know, with it being single clip, it doesn't distribute the weight as well as a double clip holster does, but that's okay. It's tuckable, which I like. The downsides of this, there are two main ones. One is that it's thick. You know, you have this really thin gun, but you've got this polymer on the outside of it that's thicker than the gun, and that adds thickness to it. And then you have, this is just the downfall of single clip holsters, you have this clip that, look how far off that is. I mean, that's a thick piece there, and so for ultra concealment, it's probably not the best. It is easy to take on and off, which is nice, but it's not really the best for being ultra concealed. So, but it's still a great holster. The other thing that a lot of people complain about this holster with, and I can't disagree, is the retention system. I don't much care for it. If I was needing to get my gun like quick and in a hurry, you know, there's a good chance that I might misdraw. The gun, the way it works is you put your thumb behind the grip, you twist the grip into your body, and it releases the pistol. You know, it's something that you definitely need to practice if you're going to use that holster. Now, the upside to that exact same feature is the fact that I use this holster a lot, and the reason I have it in there now, I have another one from Flashbang that I carry probably more consistently with, but yesterday I was on my motorcycle, and I prefer that holster on my motorcycle because of the retention system and how well it holds the gun. I don't have to worry about the gun popping out of my waistband while I'm riding down the road and losing my gun on the freeway. So, guys, that is what I carry on the daily basis. That is what I carry every single day, without exception. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you found it entertaining. Maybe you saw something that you might want to incorporate into your system. If you have a question or a comment, just leave it below for me, and I'll get back to you. I'll read it, I promise, and we'll have a discussion about it. So another thing too that I wanted to talk about just real quick, and kind of the thought process behind my gear, is that I want things to be thin, concealable, comfortable, and convenient for me to carry, and that's the thought process behind this whole system. So everything here for me works well. It's not I don't really feel like I'm having to compromise my comfort. You know, I can carry all of this stuff simultaneously and not be uncomfortable. And I also don't have to adjust the way that I dress, which both of those things are very important to me. If I'm not comfortable, if something's jamming into me, if it's bulky, if I don't like the way it feels, I'm not going to carry it. And then I won't have it if I need it. And then the other thing is, too, is that I like to be well dressed. I like to wear clothes that fit me. I don't want to feel like I have to walk out of the house wearing cargo pants and a baggy shirt to hide all of this stuff. And I don't have to. I can leave in a button down tucked in, fitted button down tucked in, and fitted pants that look nice. And you can't see anything. And I'm not uncomfortable toting this stuff around, and that's very important, and that's the thought process. That's why I have a small flashlight, a small pen, a thin light knife. The phones kind of suck, but you know, they're both pretty thin, a pretty small gun, and it just works for me. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate any comments or any interest that you've shown, and thank you so much again. Take care of yourselves, and God bless.